Hey everyone, before I get into what I wanted to get into today, I want to allow a pause of silence for all the lives that have transitioned on leading up to this moment of conversation right now. And I wanted to just allow this moment to just radiate love and energy to the people whose lives got affected with these transitions. Pretty much, this is for everyone because we have experienced some type of loss or transition in our life with someone passing. And I want to allow you to be present with the pain that you experience with those losses. Thank you. So, for those of you who may not have known, a year ago today was my father's transition. And my father was in my life, all my life, which I'm deeply grateful for. And with this transition that happened last year, it was due to underlying conditions added with COVID, in which myself, my mother also had COVID too, which we recovered from. But my father transitioned on. And it brought up a lot of pain. And I did a video last year in which I said, I'm going to allow myself to fully feel the pain of what's happening because I just knew that something beautiful can come out of it. How many of us have experienced pain? All of us. Pain is something that's inevitable in our lives because we can't control how life is going to be. And the pain that comes up is from us trying to control life, or maybe some other reasons as well. For me, the pain that showed up was the pain in which I had to feel emotions. What I realized in this past year of allowing myself to fully feel pain and not distract myself like I used to with drugs, with alcohol, with sexual encounters, with distractions, whether it's a ton of different distractions, overeating, watching Netflix, or even just trying to project the pain on the other people by having them become a story of my source of pain. Sounds familiar, right? I've done this before with relationships ending, in which that was my source of my pain, of these relationships ending, and it's not supposed to be like this, it's not supposed to end like this, it's not supposed to happen this way, And even pain as a child, the way being brought up as a kid, some things just hurt our feelings. We are sensitive beings, especially as a child. We are very sensitive. And for myself, when I was told, or when it was expressed that this pain was happening, I was told, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, stop it. You'll be fine. All this other stuff. And never really had the opportunity to process the pain that I was dealing with in those moments. And they got suppressed in, or even the pain of not being, how to say it, not fitting in with the crowd, and the pain of being told I was different, the pain of being made fun of, the pain of not being accepted by others. And this transition of my father, when I allowed myself to fully feel this pain, took me back to those things that I would distract myself from really feeling and being with those things in a more supportive way. I would be with them in a different way in which I was trying to avoid them. I was trying to distract myself, and pretty much it's like I don't want to be with myself. And what I came to realize is if I can't be with myself, it doesn't matter how much attention I may get from other people or whoever it may be, or whatever experience I may have, it will never be enough. I will always feel like I'm not enough because I'm not giving myself that attention. But I feel like I'm not enough because of this person. And what happened by me just saying, like, I got this pain that I'm dealing with, and it's not this person's fault. It's not this situation. They were added fuel for what's going on, but there's a deeper pain that I need to be with. And that deeper pain was I didn't accept myself since I was a child because I took on different conditions, different beliefs from other people, other situations, other experiences in which I started to embed these different beliefs just because pain happened or something didn't go according to how I wanted to happen. So I didn't feel enough, didn't feel good enough, didn't feel worthy. And I carried on this persona as an adult, being a kid with this pain, all because it was this programming that happened. And it wasn't forced programming, it was just necessary programming and what was deemed at the time the best suited way to raise someone, to raise a child, or even through society how people are supposed to be. And I didn't fit in for that shit. But I did it because there was no other choice at those times. And there was a lot of pain because I wasn't accepting myself. And with me not accepting myself, I would accept other things for the hope of being accepted by others. But then it became an addiction and a drug for these external things to bring you more acceptance, more success, more admiration. And with that, I would be overly selfish if I didn't get the acceptance, or I would be overly given or overly pleasing to receive that acceptance. And when I allowed myself to be with that, to be okay with that, to hear those parts of me say that, hear these beliefs show up, these thoughts, and to just ask about the origin of these thoughts and start to see that my childhood and my experiences, it started to mold me into this thing, this person that I didn't resonate with anymore. And I cried a lot. I was in deep depression for the past year, and I was okay with that. I got past that external condition that it's not okay to be depressed. It's not okay to be sad. It's not okay to be angry. It's not okay to be stressed. It's not okay to have anxiety. It's not okay to do these things. And it's like, It's not okay to be how I am in a moment. Like, are you serious? And I start to allow myself to feel those things, to be with those things. And there was a deeper rooted thing from that. And being okay with that, I started to find out there was different parts of myself that were feeling that from different experiences in my life. And there was parts of me that were stuck in moments because I was still stuck into the pain because I never allowed myself to fully feel the pain. And when I gave myself the full permission to fully feel the pain, I started to receive unconditional support everywhere. From my wife, from friends, from support groups, from therapy, from my coach, from God. Yeah, God is always there to help support us when we're just ready to go there and receive the support in the ways and be okay with it and be okay for how you are in a moment. Because when you're okay with how you are in a moment, you accept yourself deeper and you accept yourself fully, you start to see how the infinite creator sees you at all times. And you start to get the glimpses of that. And you start to melt into that experience and melt into that relationship. And I start to see things from my previous experiences through the eyes of the infinite creator. Start to see things from the eyes that there's a bigger plan in order that's bigger than what my egoic mind or perception thinks, my selfish side thinks. So me. There's a we going on all the time. And the death and transition of my father and allowing myself to fully feel that pain brought me there. And also the support and receiving support when I needed it allowed me to step into this space that's totally possible for everyone. But you just gotta be willing to go into that pain fully. No distractions. And it's only just a moment. But just imagine what can happen when you're no longer distracting yourself from dealing with those pains from previous relationships or previous interactions, and allowing yourself to really just go into those spaces and to love yourself and to be supported. What do you think happens? You get into a space that's bigger than those pains, and you start to see things from a space that's even bigger than those pains. You see it from a space of infinite love. And that's who we are. And for me, seeing that space, I'm in gratitude for my whole journey that got me to where I am right now. And this space is available for all of us. And we're all deserving of this. Don't need to prove our worthiness. Don't need to do things a certain way to receive this. It's everywhere. And it all starts with just fully accepting yourself and receiving that higher power support in whatever way. And just be able to talk about the pain to a space that allows you to talk in your pain and not say, oh, it's not that big of a deal. No, it's not okay. But no, you can actually talk about how you authentically feel and be heard and be seen and be cradled and be loved and be love. Thank you.